Hi everyone, welcome to today's video where I go down memory lane with Rainbow Loom. If you're an OG to my YouTube channel, you probably remember back in the day when my kids were little, we had some Rainbow Loom videos, and some of you actually may have subscribed back from those days. So here we are, how many years later now? 12 years later, going down memory lane with Rainbow Loom. And how I ended up down this rabbit hole is we're going to an international convention in Europe this summer, and I was wanting to make some gifts for kids from like ages 5 to 16. And what I thought of were like glow in the dark bracelets. So I've been making these from Rainbow Loom. So this one here is pony beads and then regular rubber bands. And then these are glow in the dark bands by Rainbow Loom. So that's a set. And then there's just some regular glow in the dark smaller ones here. So I'll share my formula for these. How many bands I used and things like that at the end of the video. So stay tuned for those patterns if you want them. But in the process of doing this, I asked my oldest daughter if she still had her Rainbow Loom. And she was like, I don't think so. So I don't remember which one of my kids may have kept theirs or if we got rid of both of theirs when we moved back from Ecuador to the States. So at any rate, I went down and I rebought everything all over again. And I think part of it for me as a mom was the nostalgia of it all, because this is like one of I guess our second or third year as empty nesters. And I'll still admit it, I don't like it. I miss having my kids at home. But having a project like this that I know was so close to their heart back in the day, it really kind of warmed my heart again and also helps me create some gifts that I can share with other kids that I think would enjoy it just as much. So the first thing I did was I went on Amazon and I found Rainbow Loom again. It was a toy award winner the year that it came out, and it has stood the test of time. It's still very popular, and a toy that a lot of age groups enjoy. So the new version comes with some little baggies in it. I don't think my kids' version, when they first got theirs, I don't think theirs had these little gift bags in it. So that was a cute little perk. Then it also comes with these colored bands, which back in the day, I want to say theirs were more primary colors like black, blue, red. These are more on the neon-y pastel side. But what I love is this is like the OG loom. They have various types of looms that are out now that are colored. They have purple ones, they have blue ones, they have wide ones. Um, but the reason why I love this one is because of the memory of something in particular that my kids always did with these looms. These are actually on the original. These are 3 separate rows that can be detached from each other. So what they would do is they would take their hook, and at the bottom of the hook is this little pry tool, and they would pry these off, and then you can rearrange these 3 bars in any way that you need to, or you can join them with another loom. So each of my girls had 2 of these. Now, a nice upgrade that they've done is they've made this a metal hook. Back in the day when you bought the original, it was a plastic hook and you had to upgrade, buy separately a metal hook. But as I guess the company probably found, those plastic hooks didn't last very long. And so it's nice that they now release these with a metal hook. One thing that's also unchanged is this particular loom comes with the original C-clips, which if anyone has worked with a C-clip with Rainbow Loom, these are a nightmare. Thankfully, they have released new types of clips since then, and I'll show you some of those in this video too. So another OG is the Monster Tail, and I was really surprised. The original 2014 model of Monster Tail, my local Michaels still had some. And how you know it's the OG? When you take the little paper out of here, it has that little hologram scratch off thing that you could use on Rainbow Loom's website, as well as some of the sites on here listed are kind of old as well, with twist bands, YouTube, things like that. Anyway, the original came like this, plastic hook. So that's how the original loom came as well. This is like the OG plastic hook that came with everything Rainbow Loom back in the day. And then the OG monster tail loom was clear like this, which I'm surprised it's held its color so well as long as it's been in this box, with the little red arrow right here at the end that also Rainbow Loom was known for. It helps you know how to place it and which way to take your bands. The nice thing with monster tail is you could make some thicker version of fishtail type of bands with the monster loom. And so I'll show you how I'm storing those now. So these are like the OG colors. So when you originally bought a Rainbow Loom back in the day, these are the colors that came with Rainbow Loom and with Monster Loom. And Monster Loom as well came with C-clips. So that's the original, but since then, Monster Tail has had an upgrade. And I want to say this was around 2024. So an upgrade came with the monster tail, and you'll see the difference is the loom, for one, is now blue instead of clear. And that's more in line with their current looms as well. What I like about having both is I have instructions for both the old and the new. So the new instruction pamphlet is quite lengthy with actually several new patterns on it as well. What I love about the monster tail is that ones such as this one, the hexafish, this is really cool for, charms on purses are really popular right now. You could make glow in the dark charms for friends, even adults, to put on their purses. That's probably the next type of tutorial that I'll put on here, is those purse charms. So it's a little bit thicker than what I made here with, I'll show you a different loom in a moment, but these are the fishtail bracelets. This is a little thicker than the standard fishtail bracelet. And to make your life a little easier, a new release that came with the loom itself, so here's the blue loom, is this little thing. So it says Rainbow Loom on it, and it has 3 prongs to go with the monster tail. So this kind of reminds me of if you ever had the old Alpha Loom, which I don't think they have anymore. They used a specific type of rubber band, but they also had a comb kind of like this, where you could lift multiple bands at a time to take them over. And so this one is tailored for the monster loom. So you can take all 3 bands at the same time and loop them over all together instead of doing it one by one. The other thing is it does come with another plastic hook, but I'll show you a better one that you can find on their website. One side is meant for a bead, the other side is meant for the rubber bands. And it's okay, but I mean, I have like child size hands and it's tiny on me. Plus it's plastic. So I'll show you a different one that you can get on their website here in a moment. So this also, even though it's the newer set, this one too comes with the Nightmare C-clips. So just be warned. So if you're looking for metal hooks, I have not found the metal hooks on Amazon, but they do have them on Rainbow Loom's website. And they have them in several colors. So one end is the mini loom, and then you have the hook that you can undo the original looms with, and also the metal hook at the bottom. So I absolutely love the metal hooks. It's the first upgrade I did for both of my kids. I made sure to get them a metal hook so that they could not have to worry about that tip breaking on them. So love that. So we'll show you the difference here. So here is the original of what originally came in the beginning, plastic, versus here's the metal version. You can see them side by side. Much sturdier. But now, since I have a case for everything, oops. Other thing, always remember when you have these mini loom ones, it's tempting to do this, but it won't hold. You have to make sure that this part is down. And you'll see that little tip on one of my kids' videos. I think she still has some of her videos up. All right. Yeah. All mini looms have to point down in order for them to be capped. Okay. So while I was going down memory lane, the other thing was, okay, I have all these looms again. How did my kids have them stored? So they had a box just like this one. They were different colors. I think one kid's was teal, the other one was purple. And these are by a brand called Romanoff. And these are extremely hard to find anymore. I happened to find mine on eBay. So if I remember the seller, I'll try to put that below. But this is like the OG case that they used to sell at Michael's. Rainbow Loom has never sold their own cases. So we always had to buy this brand in order to store the looms. So the nice thing is with this particular box, just be warned, they have two, and I'm going to show you both. The original box fits the loom right here, and the reason why I had bought this one for my kids originally is because not only can you fit one, but you can stack two looms together. Let me redo this. You can stack two looms together, one on top of the other, and then you turn them sideways like this, and they fit perfectly flush in here. So they could carry two looms in there. And then up here, the metal hooks that I bought them fit perfectly. So now I have like a jillion of them because of my monster looms as well. But all of those hooks fit right here as well. And then up here, these are not by Rainbow Loom, but those are some glow-in-the-dark pony beads. Lots of C-clips, and then I have glow-in-the-dark bands in this one. But like I said, Romanoff has two types of cases. So they also have this one, and this one works as well if you only have one loom. So the difference with this one is just know that both cases, the dividers do not move. So that's why it's really important to know what you're buying your case for. If you're using any of the other looms, such as the Monster Tail loom or the Auto loom or the Happy loom, then this box works very well. This place where I have the Auto loom stored, you are able to fit one original loom right here as well. There's no divider all the way across. You can fit one of the original looms side by side in here. So that will fit, but I prefer the other case for that. What I love this one for is my monster tails. I stack them in a similar way. So I'll show you a trick for what I do in this one is I take my monster tails and I kind of weave them together. You'll feel them kind of click together, kind of like Legos. And like one peg is on this side. They kind of stack. Let's see here. So they stack like that, and they kind of piece together like Legos. If you flip one upside down, put their teeth kind of towards each other. And then inside of this one, it'll fit sideways, just like that, completely flush. So I can fit two monster looms. I have two auto looms. What an auto loom is they make these fishtail bracelets, like what I have, what I have on right here is called a fishtail bracelet. That is the specialty of the auto loom. I made these bracelets in like 2 to 3 minutes with about 55 bands by using an auto loom. So I can fit two auto looms in here. I can fit two happy looms in here. And I can fit the metal crochet hook. So this is what I was talking about that they sell instead of the plastic one that comes with Monster. You can go on their website and buy a metal version. One side for beads, the other side for rubber bands, and it's metal, so it's nice and sturdy. So in here, I also have what they call their easy clips. try to zoom in. So these easy clips, it's so much easier to get them in. So I have clear. They also sell clear with glitter. It's a little bit of a wider hole instead of those annoying C clips. Maybe you can see it on this colored version a little better. Yeah. So these easy clips make life so much easier if you're struggling with C clips. You can find these on the colored ones as well as the glitter ones are on Rainbow Loom's website. I think the clear ones you can get in a lot of the kits that are on Amazon now, and I think you can even buy them separately, the clear easy clips on Amazon. Okay, so again, what I store in here, yes, I have some bands, but mainly it's my easy clips. Here's some more pony beads. These are the solar ones. They turn to like a purple color in the sun. I have 2 auto looms, 2 happy looms, that metal one. I'm also going to put all my monster hooks in here, as well as even the triple one. It'll fit right there with the happy looms. So all of my other looms that aren't considered the original fit nicely in this additional box. And I also have extra metal hooks here with mini looms. I'm going to store these in here as well. So now that you've gone down memory lane with me, say you're a brand new mom or brand new grandma getting your kid just into Rainbow Loom. Where would you start? I found the perfect kit on Amazon that I would recommend to anyone, and that is called Rainbow Loom Mighty Case. So I hope they still sell it. I bought this just a few months ago, and it's perfect if you're just wanting to get started. And I'll show you why. Even if you have 2 kids like I did, this is perfect because when you open the top, you have the instruction sheets here. Not only 1 loom, but just like my kids, you start with 2 looms and they will attach to each other. In addition, they come with 2 plastic hooks. Again, I recommend go ahead and go on Rainbow Loom's website and get the metal ones. But these are like the OG in that they can connect to make a wider loom like so, or you can connect them this way to make a longer loom like that. So this does everything the original set did, but you'd have to buy a lot less supplies for a fraction of the money that it took us moms to get started back in the day. So what I'm going to show you is because of the accessories and all the amazing bands of colors they give you in here. So when we originally got our kids started, we had to buy every single one of these colors, and they were like $5 a piece. I want to say I spent probably $50 to $75 just on getting them rubber bands and getting started. So this is a great deal on Amazon because they get such a variety of colors, but they also get accessories to try. We had to go down the aisles, go find pony beads, and go find letter beads. The tricky thing with the letter beads, if you know, you know, holes on letter beads are different. They include the right size that fit for this product. So in the future, if your kid runs out of these beads, you can go on Amazon, you can go back to the craft store, and you know what size hole you're looking for in order to fit through those rubber bands. They have cute little charms. We usually had to go to a different store to find additional charms. They have keychains. They have these things called G clips. So these are really convenient. These are for adding charms, so much easier. And then here we start with rubber bands in different colors. So there's 2 on this tier. And then on this tier, not only do they have regular rubber bands, they also have like these metallic jelly rubber bands. They have the jelly and the neon, so many different colors that they can start off with, including even the clear jelly bands. These were so hard to find back in the day. The clear jelly bands, and then you have your staples like the white. They have green. They have some off like salmon pink colors, just different colors that, we really had to hunt and search for. The other thing is this case is so incredibly compact. If you're struggling with space, this is great because 2 kids can use this. Hold on, again, 2 kids can use it, but let me show you how this size compares to my other case. Hold on. There we go. Look at this difference. I mean, how many band colors you're able to have in such a small profile? That is completely worth it. So if you're just getting started, or you're wanting to do a gift for a kid just getting started, or you're just an adult like me wanting to go down memory lane and do it all over again, this is the perfect kit. The only problem I had was it did come with a plastic handle right here that broke off before I even got it. It was like in the bottom of the box from my Amazon box. But I did get it on Amazon. Let me find the cover again. This is what it's called, and that's what all comes with it. I highly, highly recommend that. And then just go on Rainbow Loom's website and get yourself a metal hook. So how I made these bracelets here that I'm wearing today is I bought 2 different kits. I bought one, the glow in the dark kit. I'll show a picture of it here. It came with 2 happy looms, but I was not about to sit here and do 100 bracelets by manually taking everything over a happy loom. So I bought this kit, which is in pastels, and it came with the auto loom. The only pain about buying both of these kits from Amazon is one came in a box of bands, and then this one came in a plastic bag of bands. So I just had bags upon bags everywhere. And that's why I quickly went and got the bins again, those plastic boxes that my kids had had, because it just helps organize these bands so much easier. I've already used all my glow in the dark. They're all used up. So I have a little bit of these pastels left. So I'm going to reload the boxes with these leftover pastel colors. Now, you know me, when I go down a rabbit hole, I go all the way down that rabbit hole. So I went and checked out a couple of other kits that Amazon and Walmart and Target, I visited all the places, Michael's, and these I found on Amazon as well. This one's pretty cute. So if you have a little one that is just wanting to get started, but you know that they'll want something really simple and easy, you can use the auto loom. The auto loom creates bracelets like this, and it's very compact. So say you're wanting something that can travel in the car and an easy project for them to do, this is perfect for that. This is all I used for all of these bands that I made, and they make some of the cutest bracelets. So they have really cute colors in here. In addition, they have like these really cute little bands they can add, and they also have these really playful charms. So yeah, they're super cute. These I'm going to gift to another friend's daughter because I'm not really using the ones with the charms, and I think this would be just a great gift for a local kiddo. So I'm glad I got to see it, and I already have plenty of auto looms that I bought from Rainbow Loom directly. So I'm going to gift this to a little friend. A more challenging kit that I purchased is this Rainbow Bliss. The reason why I purchased this is I liked the concept because when you add letter beads to like a fishtail bracelet like this, it's hard to explain it here, but in essence, the letters are not in a typical read order. They're like upside down. Here, I'll show you a picture here. Like when I made these keychains, the name will go up and down. So on your bracelet, it would be up and down instead of horizontal. So if you really want horizontal letters, the easiest way to do that is with embroidery floss. But I found for me personally, I prefer either an embroidery thread bracelet or a rubber band bracelet. I did not enjoy this combo feature. So I'll show you one I made. So this is the kind of bracelet that you can make with this kit. So you have your base as a rubber band, then you add this very special type of connector, which is very finicky because it connects your embroidery floss. But if you make that knot too thick, you can't clip it shut. If you make it too thin, it pops out and the beads go everywhere. So then you link the embroidery floss and then you can add your letters. So I made these for a little craft fest, and some of them held together great and others completely blew apart on me. So not my favorite kit, but you might have a kid who absolutely loves the concept of everything in this kit. So I wouldn't recommend this for the really little bitties, but maybe like the 10 to 12-year-olds, they would love it. It has little plastic needles for the embroidery thread, has really shiny beads here, has metallic, sorry, I'm going to see this on a mirror image here, has metallic beads here, rubber bands. Now, these are those connectors that I was talking about that you connect the embroidery thread to. It does come with some embroidery thread as well. And then it does come with the nice easy clips. So that's a nice feature. Comes with these beads and it comes with letter beads. So whether you do the Mighty Loom kit or this bracelet kit, I highly recommend, if your kids love the letter thing, do yourself a favor and get one that's already pre-sorted. Then say you want to spell a specific word, like say you want to spell a state like Texas, or grad, say graduating 2026 or grad 26. You can buy individual letters on Amazon. You don't have to buy the whole alphabet and then have a whole bunch of Q's and Z's and V's left over, but rather you can buy them by the letter. But if you buy something like this, it'll help you keep your letters all nice and organized, and at least the first batch is already done for you. So hope that helps you out. Also on Amazon, you can find cute little glow-in-the-dark charms like these. I found stars, there's hearts, there's dinosaurs, all different kinds of things that you could add to glow-in-the-dark keychains, like the ones that I made here, or you can get little like Sanrio characters and make keychains and key fobs. So those have been a lot of fun. One of their newest kits that they've done are these Loomigurumis. Now, these are not new to Rainbow Loom. We had a friend back in 2015, and that's all she did with Rainbow Loom. She made like all of these stuffed animals. If anyone remembers the game called Tsum Tsum with the little Disney characters, she made a ton of those out of Rainbow Loom rubber bands. But they now have these kits that kind of go with that whole amigurumi crochet craze. And the nice thing with these little kits is they come with the little safety eyes that go on there. They come with the bands for, facial features, but it also comes with some additional little charms, so that you can make some bracelets, and it also comes with the hook. So everything that you would need to make one of these, almost like a little crochet kit, comes in here. And I think they have three. I think they have a rabbit, they had the frog, and there was one more, but I don't remember what it was. But I thought I would try out the frog. So I think it even comes with the stuffing. It comes with 50 grams of polyester. So it comes with absolutely everything you need in one little kit to learn how to do the Loomigurumi as well. So I took these out to a park with some friends, and I was shocked. All different age groups stopped by my table. They wanted to spend at least a little bit of time and make their own little keychain or their own little bracelet. It was the cutest thing ever, all age groups. And so if you're looking for a great craft project for an afternoon, for a group, or at a park or on the go, Rainbow Loom is just, all age groups will absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoyed going down memory lane with me. I'd love to hear your stories of Rainbow Loom. How did you get started, or are you just getting started? Please comment below. I'd love to hear your stories, and I hope they were much cherished memories like they were for me with my kids. I'll see you on the next one.